But on the panel last week, we debated global. Two of the people did not. One person didn't believe it. Two of them didn't believe in evolution.
Whether or not you believe in it, you see, that's the. I'm just saying.
That's very good. But.
If you've ever seen a commercial or advertisement, you may have been witness to propaganda. Most of the time, people associate it with posters of recruitment to a military branch, but propaganda isn't simply about war. It's about money. Millions of people see them in videos, television shows, movies, and billboards across the world. You may believe your brain is unaffected by such imagery, but it does take its toll. Even if you're not the target, someone else is, and you can almost be certain they will be talking about it to you. At the end of the day, you're going to want something, and someone is always trying to sell it to you. You are not immune to propaganda, and you never will be.
I know, I got a lot of catching up to do. Come on, break it down for me. The top one is what? Polaris. Okay, then the next two? Neptune and Uranus. Got it. Then the ones inside the first bubble? That's Saturn and Jupiter? Oh, okay. So then the next one must be... Okay, cool, Mars and Venus. Then inside that one is... That's the sun and moon? And then right in the middle is what? That's Mercury. This is a lot to learn, bro. This flat earth stuff's complicated. Stop calling it flat earth. What? Geo what? Equidistant azimuthal geocentric earth model. Wow, I'm not saying all that. Just call it what? Geocentric? Okay, got it. Geocentric. Azimuthal pitches of his what? Azimuthal equidistant azimuthal geocentric earth model. I got it.
Our whole lives we spend looking at the horizon and it's flat. I mean, it's flat. That's all. That's what the horizon's supposed to look like. And you get up here into orbit, all of a sudden the Earth is curved.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Because most everything does float. However,
Houston,
sometimes
this is Station. I'm ready.
A little different happens. Sometimes
Mud
you just might find a little pocket.
Everybody, certainly here at the Smithsonian today, all the future engineers and everywhere, to understand why the science on the space station helps us out here on Earth.
It started with a young dentist from the East Coast, Frederick McKay, goes out to Colorado Springs and notices something that he'd never seen before, which is a good chunk of the population had brown stains on their teeth. The people in Colorado Springs said they were used to it, so they thought nothing of it anymore. But he decided to try to find out what was causing this discoloration of the teeth, something that became known as Colorado brown stain. It was 30 years later and a lot of investigating before it was determined that it was actually fluoride in the water that led to the brown staining. Interestingly enough though, along with the brown staining was no tooth decay. Tooth decay, which was very common, everyone had it severely. People with fluoride in the water didn't have tooth decay. So that led further investigators to start looking at, well, is there a balance of fluoride in the water that can prevent tooth decay but not cause that brown staining? So investigators started going around the country because fluoride naturally occurs in water. Most groundwater has some level of fluoride in it. Most has very low levels of fluoride, but some, like Colorado Springs, had very high levels. So in a series of studies over the course of the next 20 years, they determined it was about 1 part per million, a very small amount of fluoride that prevented tooth decay and had a very small percentage of kids still had a very light discoloration of their teeth. Instead of brown, it was very faint white, and this was called dental fluorosis. So the balance was made, and in 1945 they started an experiment. They paired cities. One city they started adding fluoride in the water. Grand Rapids, Michigan was the first, paired with a city that had no fluoride in the water. It was so successful after 5 years that about a 60 to 65% reduction in tooth decay in children that basically they stopped the experiment, and other cities just started adding fluoride to their community water supplies.
Chapter 1. Houston, January 1973. Flat. Flat as far as the eye could see. The plane had just descended below cloud, and the hazy, humid South Texas air made the distances look shorter somehow. Chapter 11. Let there be light. What that brand new sun illuminated was a huge, swirling, flat disk of the rubble of space.
Game. And you know what? I'm gonna ban your account forever! Now! Woo!
Everything that happens, it's not what it seems. Everything around me, conspiracy. Everyone I meet, they're out to get me. Everywhere I turn, conspiracy. Here's a few things I know to be true. Without a doubt, I'm certain, no question about, I gotta believe. And how about you? There was no man on the moon. It's made of cheese, don't you know? The whole thing was staged in a movie studio. You can see the flag wave and the shadows are slanted.
Our whole lives we spend looking at the horizon and it's flat. I mean, it's flat, that's all. That's what the horizon's supposed to look like. And you get up here to orbit, all of a sudden.
And by the way, the Earth is flat, Mars is too. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. The elections were stolen, 2016 and 2020. Obviously, everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. There were so many bullets with JFK. It's all been covered up by the government. They don't want us to know. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. The Twin Towers came down from kryptonite, or was it thermite? It was an inside job, a demolition by the CIA. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. Every plane you see when you look to the sky has fat, billowy chemtrails to poison us by the government. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. The water is poisoned too, with fluorine to make us all dumb. It's mind control, like 1984. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. There's a new world order controlling everything, and the Illuminati too. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. We gotta destroy the world fast, so the new one can come. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. Careful when you're out at night, 'cause the UFOs, you know, need I say more? Remember Area 51. Everything that happens is not what it seems. Everywhere around me, conspiracy. And global warming, ha! It was 20 below. Peak oil will never run out. Everything that happens, it's not what it seems. Everything around me, conspiracy.
Now you shred.
My mind is the truth, I know it to be. My mind is brand new, let the masses all see. My mind's steamrolling, my foes they all flee. Fight to be free, cause I'm crushing, you see. Target trolls, cause I know what they doing. Full of delusions, they plans are all ruined. Keep on a truckin' and swerve out your lane. Keep on a truth and stay true to this game. Not seeking no money, not seeking no fame. Sane in the brain, I'm just slightly insane. Hearing exactly the words that I say. Chasing my enemies, they all run away. As I climb to the top, I know what I want. I'll never stop, keep popping the cream at the top. Always rise and never drop, and never flop, and never fall, and pushing for more and never less. 1000% puff pounds of cess. I'm always obsessed and recording my best, so I go to bed early and get all of my
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show.
Forgotten by men of might, God giveth sight in lessons of light. Seeking to fight and defending your kin. Standing with God in a world of sin. We won't be tossed within your bin. We won't be covered with lizard skin. We won't be lost. You'll watch us win. We'll grin in thought within divine. Tripping our minds, no longer blind. Tripping our face, our friends disgraced. Trust was erased when I turned and I stabbed in my back, and then you all lied, shedding a tear, and then I cried. A bloodshot sky, shot with the flu, shot through and through, shot in the dark, shot in the heart. But now I'm smart, made a new start. When foes get close, I just take them apart. Trade war for peace, take a piece of my mind. When you turn to leave, never break your stride. Burn your fires within, let them light up the night. Bring the hammer down of justice and might. We fight to keep our struggles alive. Take flight and watch your troubles all die. Wave goodbye to the trolls, watch them all fry. Say goodbye to their souls, God they denied. Travel by night to hide from your foes. Stay on your toes and smell with your nose. Snitches and narcs, they rat out like hoes. That's just how it goes. So check all your bros, ensure they can flow and smoke with you, yo. Cause if they cannot, they sold out their souls.
Rest a bit and freshen up before you meet the rest of the staff.
Station Houston, are you ready for the event?
We are ready for the event.
We are ready for the event.
Please stand by for a voice check from the History Channel.
Station, this is History. How do you hear me?
History Channel, we have you loud and clear. Welcome aboard the International Space Station.
Hey, glad to be here. How's it going? Good morning. Jack Osborne
It's going
here.
very well. We stay very busy up here.
Good times, good times. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm a total conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat wearing mild lunatic. So I have to ask the question, do you guys believe in intelligent life? And have you ever seen appreciate all the work you guys are doing? And that concludes our Spacebook Live.
Thanks so much. It was great to talk to you.
Miles, we have you loud and clear. How do you hear us?
5 by 5, Commander Mark Kelly. Good to see you guys. You look hale and hearty. Congratulations on installing the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer. How do you hear me?
Miles, we have you loud and clear. How do you hear us?
5 by 5, Commander Mark Kelly. Good to see you guys. You look hale and hearty. Congratulations on installing the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer. That's great news. I wanted to, before we get to the questions from folks, there wasn't a lot of time for folks on Google Moderator to weigh in on the tile damage. I'm curious what your thoughts are on what you've seen. How concerned are you about these ding tiles on the belly of the shuttle?
Yeah, so we took a look this morning at some of the photos and the message traffic that came up. There's 3 areas that, are a little bit of concern. That's certainly not as graceful as it could have been. That's why we usually hesitate to do those, but it's certainly fun to do.
I gotta say, at least you're having some fun up there. You're not going to the Olympics with that. Keep the day jobs, guys, or night jobs on this mission.
Yeah, Miles, and I'll send you one of these bracelets.
I would like one. Thank you to all of you very much. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Miles, and I'll send you one of these bracelets.
I would like one. Thank you to all of. I would like one. Thank you to all of. I would like one. Thank you to all of. I would like one. Thank.
It's very cold, whereas on Mars, it's very cold, but
like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I generally wonder whether the human species has the capacity, the intellectual capacity as a species to actually figure out how the universe works.
So why didn't I flinch? Because the laws of science differ fundamentally from those of...
The following bulletin has just been received on the WKRP teletype. Monster lizard ravages East Coast. Mayors in 5 New England cities have issued a